And the whole point of this channel is, can we just define the ideal and move towards it? Level 5, could consume, whole universes. But this is why responsibility is so important. Because would they want to? Just because you have the ability to do so does not mean that you should or that you would. Okay, so remember that definition of responsibility is a statement of cause. Okay, it's the ability to withhold. It's to say, I did this, right? Or I am not going to do this. Those are the two sort of the opposite sides of the same coin as far as taking responsibility. Is say, yes, I did this, or no, I am not going to do that because of the ramifications or the chain reaction of events. I will not do that, or I did do that, or I am going to do that. Those are all the same sort of, component parts of responsibility. But again, going back to, talking about Elon Musk and why he's so, in my opinion, so admirable, is because he literally, if you were to ask yourself, who is the one person on the planet that is driving us towards the next level in the Kardashev scale, it's Elon Musk, right? Musk is the one. He's sitting there going, okay, well, we gotta kind of shortcut this. We're on a tailspin. We're headed for a very bad situation as a civilization, and if we're going to continue to make it and survive as a species, he's got the right idea. We got to get off this rock, and it exponentially increases our ability to be able to survive as a species if we can get to Mars. And I think it also is something that aligns us all in the same direction, which I think is very, very admirable. And I think the people that wind up criticizing his efforts, it's remarkably short-sighted to do so. To be able to say, oh, well, this is what we have and we must protect it and he's being wasteful and all that kind of stuff. See, guys, regardless of Elon Musk or not being, even existing, we would have to figure out ways to get off of this rock. Because if all that we think about is that we are just limited to what is here, I mean, that is a very, very grim destiny, And so I think, though, here's my thought on this. He's missing a couple of points. And really, if you look at it, you watch any space movie, and the people who are in every space movie, they're always bad actors in the space movies, right? And they're the ones that are going to sacrifice civilization and progress for money and power and fame, right? These literally inconsequential, possessions that are not for the greater good in any way, shape, or form. And so why do they do that is because they've lost sight of the bigger picture. And this is what we need in humanity to make it to the next level, is there's a couple of things. And this is what I really feel that he's going to have to solve. And it's not just, we're going to have to take all these, sort of personality analyses, and we're going to have to, judge all of these different types of things and whether people have the mental capacity and all that kind of stuff. It really boils down to just really a few fine points that will have to be entrusted to the people that are going to wind up getting us physically to, out off of this, like I said, little blue marble. Is number one, trustworthiness. Is can the person be trusted, right, to make the right decision? That was always the thing. If you even, like, where I refer back to Interstellar, it was like, how can you get someone to think beyond themselves for the good of humanity? In that movie, they had to trick people, and that was really sad, and it was super stupid, right? But I think that you look at some of the people that are in there in that movie, they exemplify the highest levels and the ideals that I'm talking about here. Responsibility, risk, that they would have done it if you had just given them the truth. And I think that there's always going to be people that will feel like that, and those are the people that can be trusted. Okay. The second thing is that they would have to have perspective and vision. Okay, and so that's going to be another thing that he's going to run up against, is people that don't have perspective and don't have vision of what we're trying to do, or what he's trying to do, or what is the best for society and for civilization. And the third thing, and to me, this is one of the most important ones of all of the three. This might even be the most important, sort of factor in making the decisions about who to send off the planet in order to be able to make it a successful mission, is going to have to be morality. Is being able to tell what's right from wrong, because that is a real thing. And the fact is that what is your context for how you define right and wrong? See, some people have it, oh, well, it's money or the acquisition of things, right? Other people, it's going to be, again, like what we're talking about with these villains, acquisition of fame or, some other thing. But morality is not any of that, right? Morality is what is the decision that is going to progress overall survival. And that is the moral choice that needs to be made. See, without these three things, we will always be racing towards progress in a headwind, meaning that we're always going to be having, pushback as we're trying to progress. And so I feel like as long as we have those three things in place, trustworthiness, perspective and vision, and morality, okay, that we'll be able to actually have a little bit of a tailwind. If you have those three things with certainty in the people that are going to be making the decisions and moving things forward for us as a civilization, I think that we would have a good foundation in order to be able to move us towards that finish line and at least progressing towards the next level in this Kardashev scale. So I guess my question to you is, what do you think about all this? Give us some comments and some feedback. Do we have what it takes to get back on track as a society? I'm going to get into that. There's going to be a whole bunch of cool content that we've already, created that we're going to talk about, but we're going to get into that here in the next few episodes as we start the new year. But what would have to be in place? Can we, and the big question here is, can we usher in a new golden age by just being the best versions of our own selves? What do you think of when we talk about the Kardashev scale? What are some of the thoughts that come to mind? What are some of the things that I may have missed that would really, help push us to the next level as a species, and as humankind? So in the next few upcoming episodes, we're going to be checking out, this is going to be a fun one, but we're going to be checking out and exploring having access and accessibility to the greatest quantum computer on Earth. We're also going to talk about logic and reason, and how to, another one is how to pick your people and how to avoid toxic relationships. These are going to be topics that are going to be coming up in the next few episodes. And we'll explore how to envision and make the best version of yourself. Right? And so what would that mean, and what would we have to do to make these positive changes? And if I can think of good exercises and ways to do so, and things that I've implemented in my own life, then obviously those will be some of the topics that we'll share. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you got some value out of today's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining me here on the Coleman Nation. Take care, everybody. Happy New Year.